Welcome back, guys. We're gonna go over today Swordcraft, and we're gonna go over the bronze cards, and I made a tier list behind us that we're gonna put them in, and we're gonna cover it, and I'm gonna explain why I put them in the brackets where they belong between S and D. So let's just drop right into it. Alright, so the first one I want to pick is the Flash Step. Okay, I think this is, depending on your deck, can be pretty decent as a card if you're doing a face rush down at them early. I've won games by having 3 of these early. I would say it's, personally, I feel like it's more of a B because it's not ideal late. It can work for good aggro, but it's just I mean, it's a 1/1 card. It's easily taken out. It kills itself trying to kill a person that drops a 2/2 on the board. So it's just pretty much a good like turn 1, turn 2 card to just go face on them. So if you got lucky with a mulligan and then you draw one, and by turn 2 you can do like 3 to 5 damage face pretty early, and it can put a lot of pressure on the board with certain people. So I think it's situational on how you build. So I'm just going to put it at B because I don't think it's an S tier. It's easily just completely dunked on, but it doesn't provide anything more than what you get. It's a 1/1. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. All right. The Way of the Maid. I'm going to put that at D. I don't have to think about it. Card generation for Swordcraft, I don't think is a problem for the deck. I don't think you need to cycle through your deck too much between your deck having Olivia, Amelia. Those are pretty good for cards. You could also put a 2 Ruby in there and have another swap out of cards. So I don't think she is ideal for the deck for 2 cost, because I rather just keep putting more down on the board. That's just my 2 cents. All right, let's go right into, I'm going to jump around real quick. I'm going to go with the rending. What was that? It's so small to text. Nightly rending. I'm going to put that as an S. And the reason why is it just gets things off the board. You can answer them in any form of way, even if it's like a dragon deck and it's Intimidate and they have like some super evolved dragon or Forte and you can't hit her. This right here will be a way to answer that, or just anything that you need to answer to. You just click it and they're gone. And then on top of that, it gives you a knight. So we can go look at it real quick over here. You're going to get a steel-clad knight, a 2/2, after popping something. So not only do you get rid of whatever you need to get rid of, you're going to generate a card on the board. So I think this is a wonderful card for Swordcraft and how to deal with situations. Alright, to the Samurai. Samurai, I would have to put here, where you at? I have a skin. I would have to put here as A. And the reason why I would put it at A is because, well, one, it has rush. You can just go and answer and trade something right away. But later on, once you unlock super evolution, this character gets Bane. So it's a cheap cost, and you can just delete something that you can answer to. Or you can't answer to, my bad. So if they have something going on where they have a super evolve, they have a ward, but it's really high, like a 5/5. You can use this to just take out the ward character instantly and then just go right to face or to take care of another situation. But it opens up, I think, a decent amount of taking pressure off you and creating an easier way for you to handle the board and take control of it back. So I'm going to have to put that A. I think this is a wonderful card. All right. Now, for the Hounds. Hounds. I'm going to have to put them at A. I want to put them at S, but The reason why I'm not gonna put them at S is because they can't be great. They're not at S until they're at the point where you get 3 of them. So once you get 6 points, play points, you have the ability where they're enhanced and you get 2 extra copies of these guys. And you have 3, and they all have rush. And that's really powerful at 6. But I put them in A because you can still use them at a 3 cost with a 4/2 to answer to some things. So I think they're pretty good for being versatile and able to answer things pretty quickly. And if they're left on the board, I mean, that's a pretty good face damage. So they probably won't be left on the board. They will have to deal with them. But I think having 2 to 3 of them in your deck is almost mandatory. So these cards are pretty strong. I'm going to put them in A. All right, the Arms Peddler. Honestly, I'm going to have to put him in A. I just incorporated him into my build. I enjoy him a lot. And the reason why I enjoy him a lot is because he helps me draw 1 card and has rush. He's a 4 count. He has 3/2. So he's just going on the board pretty much to get rid of whatever they placed on the board and draw me a card. And I think that's wonderful. It just does what I need it to do. It's kind of like Bellringer has a little bit of different like uses, but she's going to generate you a card too. This guy's going to draw me a card and answer to a problem on the board for me with rush. So like, it's a good trade in the card in my hand. I can't argue with it. We're going to put that at A. All right, and then Ian. Oh, Ian. Oh, I have mixed feelings on this man. Oh. I'm going to put him at B. And the reason why I'm going to have to put him at B is because, let's pull him up over here. All right, so he gets Ward, which is great. He's a 3 cost, 2/2. Not bad. And he gives someone else 1/1. So the problem is situations arise where if you don't have anyone else to play and only him, you don't get the +1/1. And you're just getting a Ward for a 2/2. And that's just kind of meh. But when you have like Flash Step or any other 1 or 2 on the board prior, early, he creates pretty good pressure, and I feel like then he's an A. Because you have to go through a Ward, and he's not like a 0 and 2 Ward like Bellringer, but he actually is a 2/2, so they're probably going to trade in the process. But you're also giving another character that was another card on the board +1/1. So a higher survivability, a better trade, you know, more to answer to. I think this card is hit or miss. I enjoy him. I have him in my deck. I think I have 2. That's all I need. My friend has a 1 off because, you know, like I said, he could be pretty good or he can just be meh. It just depends on the draw. All right, and then I want to grab Centaur. I think Centaur is also A. And the reason why I put him at A is because he goes face for 10, and when you super evolve him, you can close out a game with him, right? That's really great. But he becomes useless when they put a ward and you don't want to pull him out. So he's like your trump card, but he's an 8 cost. So he can set you up for like Alberto, Albert, to come out at a 9 afterwards. But if you're a second player, you can play him on set, you know, with 7+1, and then he is really powerful, and you can go face. But most people don't see him coming, which is good. He's a beast when he's involved, but I just sometimes words comes up and he has to sit in your hand as a dead card, because you're not just going to drop him and use him to answer against something, because I don't feel like that's the purpose of him. The whole purpose of him, I feel like, is just to close out. You get that 10 raw damage, you can get 7 just straight up, just go at it and close out the game. So I don't see him used for more than that. I mean, if you get more in your hand, maybe you can use him to answer something, but it's kind of where he's at. There's no more to him. He doesn't offer much, and he's kind of a high price, but you get a high reward too. So just gonna say he floats at A. Not bad, Not top tier, not horrible. And then we're gonna go to Lorella. Okay, Lorella, you're gonna hate me for this, but I think she's C. I think she's C. And I know Swordcraft doesn't have great healing, and she is probably one of the forms for them to heal in their deck, and she could be good, but they usually just kill this card instantly. Once you drop it down, I mean, they're just gonna kill it. You're not gonna continuously get rounds of heal. And I think her value is not that great. Having two in your deck and you can play around it, it's fine. You get a summon, you know, Steelclad Knight with her. I just think she's okay. I don't think she's great. It just depends on your play pace as well. If you're trying to go tempo, probably, and get the resources and exhaust them out with Sword, maybe she's a better choice. But I like to play Sword really aggro, and I like to go as fast as possible, so it's kind of a race. I'm in and I'm out, and that's how I like to play Swordcraft. So I don't see her that great, but she is one of the forms of ways for us to get health back to our leaders, besides the card later on that's a Tentacle for 7 cost, which is bait and does 5 health recovery. Yeah. Alright, and then 2, I can't read that. Where is she at? Ernesta. Okay, so she is like a budget friendly. Give all other ally followers on the field +1/1. Can be good. Evolve, replicate this card, so then pretty much gives 2/2. Not bad. I haven't seen use of her for myself in any form of way, or able to fit her into my deck in any form of way. So I'm gonna have to put her at B, meaning she can be used for budget and for cards that you're missing, but she gets replaced, I feel like, very easily once you start getting a proper deck. I don't think she is necessary after that. So this is my tier list that I created for the bronze cards for Swordcraft, and this is how I feel about them. You let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with this, disagree with this, and if you're still here at the end of this video, if you could, for the algorithm, please give a like, a comment, a subscription, or sub. I'd appreciate it very much. Share the video with some of your friends. Let me know what I can do better and what you guys are looking forward to seeing in next videos. Until then, take it easy.